No.
I believe so, yes. My mother passed away a year and a half ago of cancer, and her last 6 months, actually the last two being the worst, she wouldn't have gone a route with assisted suicide, but had she wanted to, that absolutely would have been okay.
I think when it's your time to go, God takes you, and when you take your own life, you do what God's supposed to be doing.
No, I don't think assisted suicide is ever okay. God should be in control, and He would take your life if He felt like it was something that you couldn't handle.
You know, it's up to God who lives and who dies. And I don't think that someone playing, you know, when you start assisting suicide, you start playing God. And so when it's God's time to take that person, when He chooses to take that person, He will take that person with Him to be home with Him. So,
personal opinion. Absolutely, 100%, because I worked in hospice and I've seen that, and we're nicer to our dogs than we are to our people.
I definitely think if that's a person's choice and they know what their end is going to be like, then I believe that that's a choice they have the right to make.
That people have the right to make decisions about their own body, and if it's a conscious decision, and they have the diagnosis, I don't think that there's anything wrong with them making the decision.
No. No.
My husband committed suicide, so that was something that couldn't be helped with him. I absolutely do not believe they should be allowed to have assisted suicide.
No, I don't believe that's right, because depression causes you to have irrational thoughts, and specifically suicide can come up a lot. I think that would be really negligent of a doctor to believe that they had the right to help that person.
No. I think that they can have other options other than just giving up your life and committing suicide.
In order for medical induced suicide to be justified, people definitely need to be in a terminal situation, and I don't necessarily think mental health applies to that.
absolutely not.
Neutral, only because I don't know a lot about marijuana.
Kind of on the fence about that. I do believe that marijuana probably could be helpful to people with chronic pain, illnesses. I don't know, but I think that it could be helpful.
Right.
You legalize it, and it's going to bring on another drug that patients become dependent upon.
I don't think that marijuana is, I think it would be okay to do something medically. I actually think it's safer than oxycodone and hydrocodone if they prescribe all the time.
Yes, I do think that marijuana should be legalized for medical use. I believe that there are certain things about it that can really help, epileptic people.
There's a whole lot of research that backs up everything it does, especially when it comes to children who are suffering from seizures and a variety of other diseases. I think that medical marijuana can really do a lot to improve the quality of life.
I could definitely see the benefits of it. I mean, if it's used specifically for medical use. And I've actually known people who have used, Christians who have used medical marijuana.
Absolutely.
If it was helpful in a treatment, then it would be more regulated. I think it would be fine.
No, because I think some people that have birth defects can live really happy and full lives.
No.
I don't know. I think it depends how far along they are in the pregnancy. I think that's a big one. I think a lot of times a family might think that they can't handle it. Then once, maybe if they follow through and they actually have the baby, they might find out they actually can handle it. maybe they can't, but maybe there's another family that can.
That's up to them. For me personally, I wouldn't do it because I love my daughter and I'm so thankful I have her.
I think if you know for certain that this is someone who would have a very low quality of life and basically no life beyond being able to, and just being taken care of by people and really no cognitive function, then it's probably justified. If it's someone who you can help give it a decent quality of life to, then I don't think it's justified.
No, it is not. I think that is murder.
See it, but I don't really think that just because your child's going to be disabled, that gives you the right to abort it.
No.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sure.
I think there are certain things that are worth standing up for and worth doing the right thing, even if it's harder to do the right thing.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that everybody's different and that we should allow ourselves to be fluid in our morals. And, you know, we might have one set of morals that we live by, but it's okay to change them and grow as you learn and meet new people.
Yes.
From my parents.
From the Bible.
I guess it started with my parents, and then just like the longer I've lived, the more I would say experiences have shaped my morals.
Absolutely.
More than anything, just your morals kind of come from within and intuition and knowing just what is right and wrong. I think we all have that voice in our head that's
Those morals have been with me as just a little child growing up. That's what I was taught from my parents, my grandparents, my neighbors, you know, everyone around me. So my employer, as I got older, just church.
Well, I was raised in a very strict religious home, but though I don't adhere to many of those strict religious thoughts now, I do, I believe it makes us better people.
Always tell the truth.
Honor.
Always ask direction from God for everything.
Probably integrity, honesty.
Respect.
Probably sexual purity.
To be conscious of that everybody's different and that we all think differently and that we all make choices based upon our prior experiences.
Do unto others as they would do unto you.
That's like deep questions, sort of, just to let you
I'm
know.
a social worker.
Okay.
Do you believe there are morals worth living out in your life?
Sure. What do you want to know what those are?
Yeah.
That was one.